Hey, what's going on? It's Adam here, and today I want to talk about how to create profitable marketing funnels. So there's a couple different ways to get leverage in your finances. You can invest in real estate, you can invest in stocks, you can loan out your money for a return. But one of the ways that you can leverage your finances is through marketing and advertising if you run a business online. And I want to actually highlight a specific business online that is in the area of consulting, coaching, online courses, and I want to be able to share the power of getting leverage through profitable marketing funnels. And so if you don't know a little bit about my background, I run a marketing agency, and it's for a lot of the top influencers in the world. And we do a lot of their marketing campaigns, we build their funnels, we set up their automation. So I get to see a lot of the data in the back end on what funnels convert at, what are the average ROI on different types of funnels. And if you don't know what a funnel is, if you're a newbie listening to this, a funnel is basically a series of web pages that turn a complete stranger into a customer. So when you're paying Facebook an ad spend, then you're expecting a return from that advertising dollar. And I want to share with you a breakdown so that you can understand how profitability can happen through marketing funnels with different types of products, okay? What I want to do is I want to just jump into a quick screen share. I want to share with you a marketing funnel if you were to sell a $9.97 online course, okay? So if you don't know what that is, I want to actually share a client funnel that we put together, and I want to share Christine's funnel. And what Christine does is she helps people find extraordinary love, right? And what's unique about her program is she helps specifically emotionally available, helps a woman find a man who is emotionally available, commitment minded, and who meets your dating requirements. Pretty tough find, right? But Christine helps you with that process. So we put together Christine's marketing funnel from everything from the copy to the design to the automations. And when we market this funnel, we lead them into an application where they get to talk to one of her dating coaches. From there, they get led into one of her offers, okay? So this is an example of like a webinar funnel or a web class funnel. So let's say, for example, you have an online course that you create, or maybe you've already created, and you want to be able to lead them into some type of workshop online or some type of webinar to learn. And then at the end, you offer that $9.97 product at the end to sell. Well, I want to be able to share with you kind of what it would look like if you were to advertise and what kind of returns you could expect to see based off of the average for what online courses convert at, okay? So one of the things that we have to look at is something called Kpis, and Kpis are key performance indicators. It's kind of like our standard on what we want to see in each area of the funnel. So one of the Kpis for Instagram that we're going to have is a $3 cost per click, okay? So that means that when you're advertising, if you're getting over a $3 cost per click, then we need to look at your ad. Like, why is it getting over a $3 cost per click? Is it the copy that's off? Is it your creative, the ad creative itself, not captivating? If it is, that means that no one's clicking on it, and so we need to remake the ad or make something more creative to get the cost to be under $3 cost per click. The more people who view your ad, the less your ad it costs, right? That's how Facebook and Instagram are set up. So in this illustration, we're gonna spend $3 cost per click just to be conservative, and we're gonna buy 1,000 page views from Instagram, okay? So a cost per click is basically a cost per page view. They click on the link, you're paying for that person to view the page to join your workshop or your web class, okay? So in this illustration, we're buying 3,000 views, and we're gonna do the same exact thing on Facebook. So if you do the math, if we buy 3,000 views from Instagram, 3,000 views from Facebook, we're spending a total of $6,000 for 2,000 visitors to look at your workshop page. Now, just because they come to your page doesn't mean that they're gonna actually sign up. So we have a standard of a 30% conversion rate for people to opt into your web class or workshop landing page. This could also be a challenge, or this could be a virtual summit. Any type of event online, we have a 30% standard of people who need to opt in and put their name and email and phone number in to join that web class. Now, if you're not getting 30% on that landing page, well then that means you need to rework the copy, rework the design, rework the page until it gets 30%. That's the standard, okay? So once they put their name and email in, they now join the workshop or virtual event that you're hosting. They now get to view your presentation. Now it's your job once you present to convert at 3% or higher. That means that out of 100 people that register for your event, that 3% buy your program at $9.97. Now, where are we coming up with this 3% number? This is across the board. So the way it comes up is you typically have a 30% show up rate, and then of the people that show up, you close 10%, which comes to be about 3% of your total registrants. Now this is based off of a $9.97 price point. Really, anywhere from about 500 to 1,000, you should be closing around 3%, okay, minimum. Now, if you're not enrolling 3% of the people that register, then that means that you need to work on your sales process and how you pitch your program from your web class. So that's the standard there, okay? So if we were to run a simulation with a $6,000 ad spend, selling a $9.97 online course or coaching program, and we were to simulate this, if you look here on the right, this illustration, you would see total revenue of about $18,000. So you put in $6,000, you made $18,000, but because of your ad spend, you have to deduct that ad spend. Your net profit would be about $11,000. Okay, so that is pretty close to what we call a 2x return, or in the ad world, it's called a ROA, return on ad spend. So you got a 2x return on ad spend. That means you put in $6,000, you made back $12,000 in profit, which is great, right? That's your net profit. So when you look at that, it's like, okay, well, what if we want to scale this? What if we want to be able to make more? Well, there's a couple different things you could do. One is you could increase your ad spend, which is definitely a good variable to do once you're converting positive. But the other thing that you can do is you can work on improving these other variables. Like let's say you get really good at selling, right? And you just bump this 1% greater. So now you close 4% of your workshop. Now, if you simulate that, you could see what that does to the numbers. You now move up to $17K in net profit and $24,000 in revenue. You're at a $250,000 business in this illustration with just $6K in ad spend. The other way is, what if your ad is really good? You spent time creating a really good ad. Now we get $2 cost per click. Look what this will do to your campaign just by having a better ad that gets more engagement. Now we simulate the same 6K budget. Actually, it's less budget because we got lower cost per click. So now $2 times 1,000 is 2,000 on Instagram and 2,000 Facebook. So we dropped ad spend to 4,000, and look at, we're at 20,000 now. So we now have a 4,000 times, it's about 4x return on ad spend, which is great. So when we're scaling campaigns past 40,000, 60,000, 100,000 in a month, what we're doing is we're just putting more ad spend and optimizing the campaign for greater returns. This doesn't include any other back-end sales. This is just purely selling the $9.97 course. Now, I'm not saying that every course should be $9.97. You might have a course that's less, but from 500 to 1,000, these are the average numbers that we are used to seeing, okay? So hopefully that gives you a better understanding on how funnels work, how paid advertising numbers look. I wanna share one more model here, and this is the model of the membership model, okay? So the membership model is like the subscription. Like let's say, for example, you were to have a subscription for $25 a month into a membership that you created, okay? So if you were to have a subscription, then I wanna share with you what social advertising will look with this model. So once again, we're gonna wanna make sure that we have our $3 cost per click. We're gonna buy 1,000 paid views from Facebook, and we're gonna do the exact same thing on Instagram. We're gonna buy another 1,000 page views. So we're spending a total of $6,000 in this illustration, okay? And in this scenario, we're gonna do like a 5-day challenge. Maybe you've seen these on your news feed, like a 5-day challenge to, let's say, eat healthier, okay? So every single day you send out a pre-recorded video for this 5-day challenge, and in the text, when they get the video, it invites them to join the membership at the end of each day. So at the end of each day, you're leading them to the $25 membership, okay, which is just a reoccurring subscription. Well, based off of our numbers in the back end of memberships typically have an average retention index or a rate at which a customer stays of about 5 months, okay? So if you times 5 months of retention times a $25 membership, that means that the value of each member is $125. Some are gonna be your lifers and they stay with you long term. Some are gonna quit early and that's it, right? So on average, you're gonna have about a 5-month retention index based off of what we see in the membership. So we're gonna make the value of the customer $125 because that's pretty much what you're gonna make on each member, okay? Now, what does it cost you to acquire that member if you do advertising? Well, in this illustration, we have up to $125 to spend in order to acquire the member. So as long as we break even or come underneath it, then we can scale a membership and get it to the next level. Okay, so in this illustration, we run an ad to a landing page for them to opt into the free 5-day Eat Healthy workshop, and 30% of the people opt in for this free 5-day workshop. Okay, that's the standard, that's the KPI. Once they're in there, they get a text message every single day with a new challenge, part of the challenge every single day, and we need 5% of them to buy the membership at $25 a month. In this illustration, we made it $125 to represent the total value of acquiring that member. So when we run the illustration, it's accurate. So if you're not converting at 5% of all the registrants into your membership, then you need to work on your pitch at the end. You need to work on your follow-up. You need to work on your presentation, because that's the standard. You need to be getting a 5% conversion with this price point, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and simulate these numbers here. And so you could see that in this illustration, we could expect to see about $12,500 in revenue with a $6K ad spend, right? It's costing us $60 to acquire a member. So we're paying $60 to acquire a member, but the value of the member is $125. So for every dollar we put in, we're getting $2 back in this illustration, okay? So that doesn't include any back-end upsells. That's just purely off the membership. So if you do the math, we've acquired 100 new members, and the value over 5 months is $12,500. So that's pretty awesome. For the month, you actually would be negative because you're only getting $25 that first month. But in 5 months, you would see the return on investment. So the idea here with social advertising is you want to be able to create a marketing process that you can lead people to that don't know who you are, get to know about your business or service, and then lead them into your offer. And as long as you stay within these metrics, you can predict your profitability every single time that you run a campaign, which is really cool. So this is a great way to get ahead and leverage your investment to be able to reach more people, make greater impact, grow your influence, and also increase cash flow. So if you are an entrepreneur, a coach, a consultant, or you've thought about creating a course and you need help on putting together your marketing systems, you can actually reach out to our team, and you just head over to dreamfactoryco.com and you would just request a free demo with our team, and we'll map out a custom game plan for your business as long as you're a service-based entrepreneur, a coach, an influencer, course creator, or in that niche. Hopefully this video brought clarity on how you can turn your social media into an investment in a way to be able to grow and develop a new wealth strategy through what I share with you today. And it's been awesome to see a lot of our clients grow, in a big way. And so I'm super excited for those of you who are already in process. If you're in our Dream Factory now, and I'm just excited to see so many new leaders raise up to the next level. Social advertising is amazing, and it's a powerful tool to grow. So hopefully you guys got some value. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.